Hello and welcome to our channel. We are Global Traces, otherwise known as Dave, Jess, Isla and Otis. And we are one family traveling the world in BB, our MAN HX60 expedition truck. As you saw last week, we have spent the last couple of days in Isla in Austria with our good friends Maya and Kevin from Humber Explores. We had a fantastic time hiking, cycling, celebrating Dave's birthday and doing some servicing on BB. But now it's time to head off and we have a change of plans. Our original idea had been to drive through Austria and drop into Slovenia a little below Lake Bled. But, and it's a big but, Lake Bled is going to be incredibly busy at this time of year and with really limited parking. So we've decided that we are going to save it for another time. And instead, we're going to retrace our steps back through Italy and we're going to head south and then drop into Slovenia a little bit below Lake Bled.
Okay, so there's never a dull moment, and we've said before that there is always something to fix. This morning, no exception. Jess, up here, where is she? No, not Isla. This one here, Calamity Jess, otherwise known as Thug Life Jess, has a habit of being a little bit heavy-handed. And what have you done today?
I might have snapped the tip of my lock key in a...
This key here, look at this. She's managed to break it down here. So the actual, the keying bit is still in the lock.
Whoops.
Whoops indeed.
It was an accident in my defence.
It's always an accident.
I didn't do it on purpose.
So now I've got to figure out how to get this locker here that is locked, unlocked. And I think the solution is going to be a big drill. Because there's something trapped in there, maybe I could spend a while with some tweezers or some such trying to get the key bit out and then it'll be okay. But I don't have time for that or the patience. So I'm going to drill the lock out, and then we have more of these locks on the tail lift, which we never lock because they're protected by the bike swing, so people couldn't get in there anyway. So if I drill this lock out and then take the whole mechanism off, I can switch it for the one on the tail lift, and then we have a locking lock back down here, and we've still got a latching compression lock up on the tail lift. So we won't be going anywhere for a little while I sort this out. What have we learned from this? Either I'm not very good at drilling locks because that took quite a while, but these locks are actually better than I thought they were. It's probably the former. I'm just not very good at drilling locks. Not much practice, what can I say? But we're in. So now I've got to take this one off, get the tail lift down and switch it for one back there, because it will still latch, which means it will still hold it. We just don't have a locking mechanism anymore. Step number 2. So, I've said this before in a previous video, but just to give you an idea of what overlanding is, because you think it's all the beautiful places, travelling around, having fun all the time, just what I've been up to this morning in the last, I don't know, hour and a half since I got up. We started with a water blockage, just down on the outlet pipe from our grey water tank. Why? Because there was a mouse-sized bundle of Jess's hair that obviously worked its way through from the shower down into the grey tank and eventually got itself to the outlet and blocked it up. So we were pouring water out of our now full grey tank from the overflow, which fortunately is outside. That was number 1. Number 2, as you just saw, I just had to fix a lock that Jess broke because Thug Life Jess somehow managed to snap half a key off, not clean across, but down the key in the lock while locking the locker last night. And there was no way I could get that out, so I've had to drill it out. So that's it. Like this morning, fixing a blocked water pipe, drilling out a lock and replacing a compression lock, switching them round from one place to another so we still have lockable locks on the outside. And it's not even 9:30 in the morning yet. Maybe today we'll actually get to doing some adventuring because we are leaving here now, which is Italy. This should be, well, last night should have been our final night in Italy as we cross into Slovenia later today. So hopefully I get away from the fixing things, get onto some driving and seeing some more amazing places. Arrivederci Italia!
Arrivederci Italia!
Here it is!
Hello!
Look, here's the sign!
Hi, Slovenia!
In Slovenia!
Slovenia! Oh, the roads are pretty bad.
All of a sudden, smooth roads to potholes. Look at that. Oh.
Some potholes.
We thought we had left the ridiculous Moroccan temperatures behind, but apparently not, because here we are in Slovenia and it's 33 degrees and 45% relative humidity. So here's a little bit of overlanding admin. We're in Slovenia right now, and you may remember back in February we got Otis European pet passport and he had his rabies and all of that so that we could get him into Morocco. Well, his rabies is still valid for till February next year. The problem is, in February next year, we're not likely to be in the EU. We're probably going to be, I don't know, Turkey maybe, or somewhere further east. And that means that we wouldn't be able to get his booster done. And we'd probably then have quite the challenge getting him back into Europe. So what we're doing now, I'm just walking up to a vet. We found a vet here in Slovenia, conveniently walking distance, or a bit of a long walk, but walking distance from where we parked last night. And since we're going to go through Croatia very quickly and then we'll be in Bosnia, thereby out of the EU, we are going to go and get his rabies vaccine done now. We'll get him a new rabies vaccine, which will cover us through until we get back to the UK next year, probably a bit longer, because I think this vet maybe said that they only have the 3-year vaccine. So yeah, these kind of logistical things that you have to think about when you're traveling, particularly with a pet. The reality is he's got his European pet passport, he can travel more widely than we can, but there's still challenges and logistics and the kind of stuff that we have to do to be able to bring Otis along with us. We're all done. The Poochie here, he's feeling a little bit hot, has had his vaccine. Super simple. I think walked in, he'd been vaccinated within about 4 minutes of getting through the door, which was great. Then we had the paperwork and whatever to sort out, took a little bit longer, but I also managed to get him some more NexGard Spectra and some Apoquel, because the sensitive little soul struggles with grass. He gets itchy paws with grass at this time of year, and it's kind of like an allergic reaction, but antihistamine doesn't work, because antihistamines and Apoquel work in a slightly different way according to vet friends. So yeah, I managed to get him some more Apoquel because we were running low. So I think we are all stocked up, and all of it, the vaccine, the Apoquel, the NexGard Spectra, for the princely sum of 165 euros. No hassle, not expensive, super simple. Why can't vets in England be like that, honestly?
That's it for this week, folks. Indeed, a quick passage through Slovenia this time, but Kran put that on your list as a lovely place to stay and an area that we will definitely be going back to in the future. Next week is Croatia and Bosnia. Again, a quick stop through Croatia due to no wild camping on the coast and it being incredibly busy at this time of year. But we go to a very cool place on the Croatia-Bosnian border. So join us next week to find out more about that. The cows are loving it. If you haven't hit the like, subscribe or share buttons already, please do, as it really, really helps us. Tune in next week for more, folks. See you later. And but.